Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be looking at the surfaces. The last time, the previous video, we created the surface, and today we are going to look a little bit deep into the surface properties and some of the things that you can do with the surfaces, especially if you're trying to get the right surface. Now, surface is created as a result of Civil 3D creating contours using the points that have been plotted and then the elevations, but sometimes you find some points they are out of range with the rest of the data, and some points you find they are irrelevant or they don't make sense, or maybe the contours you're not having as many contours as you'd like to have. So this is where we come into the properties and we check. So first we are going to look at see the object viewer. You can type in object viewer, you select the surface, enter. Now you see here you can be able to look at the surface. Let's change here to realistic. You can see how the surface looks like. But now when you look like this, you see, which means here these points they were triangulated to form this surface, but the elevation data that was picked to give these points was is out of touch, and you can see it is way below the actual surface which was picked. So this is where you can go into the settings, you change the surface properties and you change the triangulation length, as we are going to see, in order to eliminate such obscure data which falls outside what you would want to see. So you can come, click on the surface, click on the surface, you come to surface properties. We can change this. For example, we can use this contour. You see it's much more diverse, and it's much more compact. Anyway, so here you can change to any of the one that you want, depending but the one with closer contours usually gives a much more rounded surface. So we are going to keep that. We can come in the definition. Here under this you will find if you do an operation on the surface, some of these operations they will appear here permanently, and you can come and delete, but once you delete it you will never recover it. That operation you will have to do it. So you have to be actually sure what operation you're going to try and delete. Let's say you had done some operation and you didn't like it, you can come here and change it, or you can shift them in terms of priority. But now here we have more options in the build. We also have in the data operations and in the edit operations. In the edit operations, mainly you can see it's normal stuff. Mainly it's this in the build operations, in the build options, that's where we have more useful things. Elevation, now you can see elevation here minimum is -1000, but it is allowing us to capture those points in the elevation which are way below the other points which are out of touch. So we can put this as 0%, or let's say negative 100 maybe. You can make it 0 depending, and then we see the outcome. Okay, let's first press OK, and then we say we rebuild the surface, and let's go back to our object viewer. And let's see now, we are still having these points. As you can see, they are still there. And come here and say 0. Okay, that is elevations. We don't need maximum elevation, but if you want to put, you can also come here and say yes, and you edit it, but no need. Maximum angle of triangulation, you can also have that one if you want, but the one which usually helps is the maximum triangle length. Maximum triangle length. This allows you to, for the triangulations, not to go far beyond and create alternate surfaces that otherwise wouldn't have been created. So depending on the closeness of the points that you want. So in this case, I'm going to say I don't want my triangulations to be greater than 25 meters. To be greater than 25 meters, so the triangles will not go and capture unnecessary points from weird operations, from wrong areas, and create surfaces which are not supposed to be there. Okay, so we're going to say apply, rebuild the surface. Yes, now you see the triangulations are not greater than 25, so therefore the surface is not capturing many points because they are too far away from each other. As you can see. So it is capturing surfaces which are close in proximity. So again, you click on the surface, properties, build, maximum triangle length, let's say 200, and press OK. Rebuild the surface. Now you can see it's much better, but it is still missing. You can see it is still not triangulating the surface, which is supposed to be complete. It is still not capturing so many of our points. Can again come here in the properties and say build 300. You see, so now it is capturing. What we don't want is to find surface peaking. Let's say if there was a point here and you don't want it to be captured, it is too far away from the rest of the data, you can be able to eliminate it so that you don't find triangulations coming from this side of the surface to the other side. Okay. Okay, fine. Um, so this is our surface, and those are some of the things you can do to edit the surface, especially if you're working on data which has been picked. So that is it with surfaces, and we'll add on in another video. Thank you.